Hello, welcome to another Forest School Friday. Today we're going to be learning 5 knots. The first knot we're going to learn is going to be a clove hitch. I'm going to show you how to do it onto this post here, and then I will put in a little bit of footage of me doing it up close on the table. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is make a loop. Okay. See here, this bit comes out the back, so then we need to make another loop, but so the tail comes over the front. So we've got 2 loops, one comes over the front, one's at the back. I'm going to slide the one at the back, which is this one here, over the top of the one at the front. Then I can simply slide that on, pull it tight, and then we have our clove hitch.
So the first thing we do is take our piece of string, and then we're going to make a loop. So can you see this bit goes behind, so the tail comes behind the loop. So we'll make another loop where the tail comes over the top. So this bit is over the top, and this one comes underneath. I take the one that's underneath and put it on the top loop, just like that. Then pick up both loops and put it on top of whatever I'm tying it to. And if I pull both ends nice and tight, there we have our clove hitch. So I'll give it a couple of pulls, nice and tight, it's not coming undone. Happy days.
So we've attached this piece of string over here using our clove hitch. I want to get to this post, but it's a bit short. So I've got another piece of string here. So now we're going to learn to do the reef knot. Reef knot's a really simple knot for tying 2 ends of string together. Okay, so here we go. We cross them over, take it through and under, and then over the top and under again. Then we get a nice reef knot. Looks nice and neat. As we pull it, that joins those 2 pieces of string together nice and tightly.
So what we're going to do is we need to get our 2 ends of string, put the left over the right and under, and then take the right one over the left and under, and there we've got our reef knot. Now we know it's right because if we push it together, the 2 interlocking bits come apart, but as we pull it tight, it's nice and snug. And again, with this climbing rope, you can just push it against each other and it'll open it up again. So that is a really simple reef knot, really good way of tying bits of string together.
So the next knot up is the slip knot, okay? And all that's used for is quickly tying something on. It's very adjustable, so you can make it bigger, smaller, and it comes apart really easy. It's like a temporary knot to attach things. So I'm going to show up a little video. I'm not going to do it here because the rope I need to use is too big to be able to show you on this camera. So here comes a clip of how to tie a very simple slip knot.
So take your rope and make a loop in it. Okay, so we'll hold the loop there. Then we're going to make another little loop, and we're going to push that through the first loop. There we go. Hold the loop we push through and pull both ends tight, and there we have our slip knot. We can make it bigger and we can make it smaller by pulling on the end. Okay, if we wanted to make the loop a bit bigger, and we can attach it to whatever we're tying on, pull it tight, and that's going to hold.
Okay, so we're going to do our trucker's hitch. So what we're going to do, make a loop. With our loop, pinch some thread and pull it through to make a new loop, and we'll pull it tight. So that is our slip knot we've just tied here. With this end, we're going to take it around our post like this. And what we're aiming to do is pull this end through the loop again. So we're going to poke it through, and now we can crank up the tension to pull this nice and tight. Once we've got that nice and tight, I'm not going to put it too tight because we're only tying onto some bamboo canes. We're going to pinch the knot here, take this end, make a hitch, loop it round. I use my finger, poke it through there, okay, and then I'm just going to pull that down nice and tight, and then I'm going to do it once more. So round my finger and the string, then poke it through the hole my finger was in and pull it tight. And there we've got our trucker's hitch tied. You can use that really well for tying things in your car and bits and bobs like that. Okay, the next knot is the chain sinnet. It's a really easy knot. It's more of a way of storing your rope or cord really. It starts with a slip knot and then you just thread the hoops in amongst themselves and then you just tug the end and all the loops come out. It's a really good way of storing everything. So if you have a look at this clip, nice and easy way of keeping your rope nice and tidy.
So this is just an example of us pulling the signet chain apart. It goes from a nice tidy chain to a piece of rope with no knots. Right, so to make the chain sinnet, we make the start of our slip knot again. So make a loop, poke another loop through. Don't pull it too tight. Now we're always going to work for the new loop. So we take the rope, push it through the new loop, creating another loop. Take the rope, poke it through, and so on. And we keep going like this. It's just a pattern that we repeat. So make sure the tail always comes out the same side. It makes it look a lot neater and it unravels easier. So poke it through. I've always got the rope coming out the bottom. So take it through, poke it through the new loop, and it's coming out the bottom again. So take some more and we're going to poke it through again. And this is how we're going to make our chain sinnet. Once we're done, we're going to poke the end through like that, and that locks it now, so it won't unravel. All we've got to do is simply take the first thread through, and now if we pull it, it'll all unravel nicely and we'll have our rope to work with again.
So hopefully you've enjoyed today's lessons with the knot. If you've not got rope at home, maybe try using a shoelace or bits of string, wool, whatever you've got about. It's all about being resourceful and trying to make do with what you've got in the house or in the garden. Next week we're going to do some bug hunting and look at those habitats we made last week and see if we can find anything underneath them. Have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday for Nature Journals.